Right, hello again guys, hope I find you all well. Today is a very exciting day today because this finally arrived. I ordered it about 2.5 months ago and it's taken this long to get here, which is kind of annoying, but it's finally here. So today we're going to be replacing the exhaust system on the old VanVan. Happy days. Right, before we actually take the old one off, let's unbox the new one. So I've been looking around trying to find a aftermarket exhaust for ages that will actually meet my requirements, because I did have a GPR Ghisa exhaust on this previously, but it's just too loud. The problem is with single cylinder bikes, in my opinion, most aftermarket exhausts are just sound naff. But apparently this one, which is the GPR Ghisa, it's Italian, I don't know, however you're supposed to pronounce it. It's supposed to be a little bit quieter, but still have a kind of nice sporty tone to it. So what do we actually get in the box? Instruction manual, it's always handy. We get a certificate of road legal compliance, and that one side, shipping label, and then bag of goodies, link pipe. Right, this is important. So the other reason I've gone for this exhaust specifically is because of this bit here. So that, which you'll see when I put this on the bike, just means that it's all held nice and securely in place. It doesn't move around as much. Some of the other aftermarket systems, they don't have that on the link pipe, so they tend to move around a bit more. So yeah, that's nice. Right, let's pop that down over there and get to the main attraction. Comes in this nice GPR branded bag. Let's get her out. I'll do this all one-handed because I'm holding the camera. There she is. Right. Okay, so that's what she looks like. You guys will get a better idea when she's actually on the bike, but I quite like that they haven't actually put any stickers on this. So you do get them in the bag over here. Get the GPR sticker that you can stick on it if you want to, but I quite like the fact I can leave it like this because it makes the bike look sort of OEM, even though it's modified. Well, I say modified, you know, it's only a slip-on exhaust system, but I like that. I like that a lot. Right, let's pop that down out of the way and go ahead and remove the old system. So, obviously, all bikes are different. On this particular one, it's nice and easy. There's usually a clamp here you have to undo first. Take that off. And then it's just a case of undoing this bolt here, which, as you can see, I've already undone, and this bolt up here. And then the system just pulls off. So I'm just going to pop you guys down a second, and I'm going to go ahead and take that off now. Right, there we go. So that's the old system off. Now, I'm not going to be immature and start the bike with no muffler on it just to see how loud it is, because they all sound the same and it's absolutely bloody horrible. So I am going to instead get on with putting the new exhaust on. So first things first, we need the new link pipe. That's this thing here. Now, as I was mentioning before, so this bolt in the middle here obviously goes into here, and that's really good because you'll see once the system's on, it just makes it all the more secure. So obviously nice and simple. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot something, because we actually need this as well, this clamp. So that's going to go on the end of there, like, which way around is it going to go? That way. That faces that way, that faces that way. Is that out enough? Yep, that's got it. Right. Let's put that on here. That just slides over the original like that. And then before I do any of that up, I'm going to stick the bolt in there. Now, as I say, it's different depending on what model of bike you've got and everything else, but on this particular bike it's a good idea to keep hold of the original bolts because you will be needing them. So that just pops back in there. So I'll rest you guys on my knee for a second. Yeah. Bit of a balancing act. No, I'm going to put you down a second. That's got it. Can be a bit fiddly sometimes. Right. So, I'm just going to tighten this one up first. Ooh. Get in there. Perfect. Right. Now, I'm just going to move this clamp into position, and then I'm going to do this up as well. Right. Again, I'm going to have to put you guys down a second, but I'm not going to be doing anything interesting, just tightening this up basically. So, there we go. So that's the link pipe all sorted. Nice and sturdy. I mean, that is really nice. As I said, with some other aftermarket exhaust systems, you've got the link pipe, but it doesn't connect to here, so it's all kind of loose. And you know, when you're driving along, it sort of moves around, and you get kind of little exhaust leaks from here. So this is really nice. Right. Next step, need to grab the various bits for the muffler. So, what do we need? This bag of goodies. Right, we're going to need the strap. We're going to need the bolt. We're going to need this spacer here. We're going to need these big washers. And there's this little thing here as well. Right, so, oh, and we will need that. Right. Let's put those bits over here a minute. Get it all set up. Bring this with me as well so I can put the muffler down somewhere safe. Right, let's put that there a minute. So what we're going to need to do, let's see how this goes. So again, the exhaust will be different depending on which bike you're attaching it to. On this one, because it's got a smaller pipe going to the exhaust, it's got this reducer that goes on before the actual silencer does. So that goes on like, which way around does it go? Is it that way around, or is it that way around? It's got to be that way around, doesn't it? Yep, there you go. That slips on like that. Nice. And then, first things first, better take the tag off the exhaust because that's just going to burn anyway. By the way, I do love that about these actually. I will show you. Obviously, I'm not going to show you my actual name, but I like the fact they put the tag on the exhaust that has your name at the top, and then it has like your bike and everything and all the other bits. That's quite a nice sort of personal touch. Anywho, let's slip this on. So it's not going to be supported just yet, so I'm going to be a bit careful. But that is just going to slip on to here. Okay, I'm going to have to put you guys down again because this is a bit tricky with one hand. Okay, there we go. So the exhaust has already slipped on. So now, what we need to do, again, this isn't something you can do with one hand, you have to do it with two hands, but I'll show you the principle behind it. So, we're going to put one of these washers on that side, and then another one on that side. There's then going to be this spacer, which brings it away from the tail here, and then the strap goes round and attaches to there. So again, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put you guys down, and I'll show you when I've got it on. So bear with me again. Okay guys, sorry about that. So, as you can see, I've got the spacer, then the washer, and on the other side I've got washer and then nut. And that is basically almost it. All we've got to do now, take this tag off here, and put the springs on. So, there we go. Right, move that out of the way. So, another nice thing about GPR, they are kind enough to supply a rudimentary spring pull. So all we've got to do is put these little rubber covers on the springs. Okay, so the rubbers are a little bit tricky to get on these, but not impossible, so I'm just going to stick that there. Grab this and hook it onto that's it, and the same with the underneath. Attach that to that, grab hold of that. Right, there we go. Right, so let's see if I can get a better view of the system. That's quite nice. Very nice indeed. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of days. Had chance to let the exhaust settle in and everything else. And yeah, I'm really loving it actually. Just looking at it now in the light, suits the bike really nicely. I'm glad I didn't put the logo sticker on it, because I mean it's still, you can tell it's an aftermarket exhaust, but it kind of looks a bit more low-key, and I do like to keep things quite low-key if I can get away with it. Yeah, just look at that. That's fairly nice, doesn't it? Certainly better than the bulbous thing that was on there anyway. I've left the baffle in, as I said before, because the whole reason I bought this exhaust is that it's meant to be just a tiny bit quieter. So, as I mentioned before, I did have the GPR Furore on here. I didn't like it. It was a bit too loud, gave me a bit of a headache. But this is actually really nice. I'll start her up for you guys so you can hear it, and then we'll go for a short ride, give you an idea of what she sounds like. There we go. Yeah, so she's quite quiet on the tick over. I tend to find she's a little bit more barky at lower revs, and then once you start going a kind of constant speed, it sort of quietens out again, which is quite nice, because once you get to kind of cruising speed, you don't really want a constant drone in your ears. But yeah. Not too bad. Not bad at all. So, anyway, let's take it for a little ride, shall we? Only go for a short one, because obviously you guys will get to hear what she sounds like in all the following videos anyway, but we'll go for a little run down the road, just to give you an idea. Oh, I can't see anything. There we go. put in here for the minute. Right, that'll do, guys. As I said, you'll get plenty of chance to hear what she sounds like in all the following videos anyway, so I'm not going to bore you to death by driving around for too long, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me the old thumbs up, and please do subscribe. Got new videos coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. Tends to be review type things on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays is either motor vlog or how-tos, that kind of thing. And as always, if you do have any comments, please leave them below. For now, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.